good morning, children. This is Coach Skiba. I'm going to read a little chapter 9 to you today. That'd be pages 57 through 61, by the way. And somehow, I find it a little ironic it's named In the Barbershop. Because as you see, I haven't been in a barbershop for quite some time. Well, let's get this bad boy started, shall we? It was very quiet in the barbershop. The barber was shaving an elderly gentleman. Captain Cook found this spectacle very interesting. In order to get a better view, he jumped up on the mirror ledge. "Good night," said the barber. The gentleman in the barber's chair, his face already white with lather, half lifted his head up to see what happened. "Goink!" said the penguin, flapping his feathers and reaching out his long beak toward the lather on the gentleman's face. With a yell and a leap, the gentleman rose from his reclining position, left the barber's chair, and fled in the street, not even stopping to get his coat or his hat. "Gaw," said Captain. "Hey," said the barber to Mr. Popper, "take that thing out of my shop. This is no zoo. What's the idea?" "Do you mind if I take him out the back door?" Mr. Popper said. "Any door," said the barber, "and as long as it's quick." Now he's biting the teeth off my combs, the barber gives him. Mr. Popper took Captain Cook in his arms, and amid cries of "Gork, gawk," and "Ork," made his way out the shop, in his back room, and out the back door into the alley. Captain Cook now discovered his first back stairway. Mr. Popper discovered that when a penguin has found his steps going up somewhere, it is absolutely impossible to keep him from climbing them. "All right," said Mr. Popper, panning up the steps behind Captain Cook. "I suppose, being a bird, and one that can't fly, you have to go up air somewhere, and somehow you like to climb stairs. Well, it's a good thing this building only has 3 stories. Come on, let's go see what you can do." Slowly, but unwaringly, Captain Cook lifted one pink foot after another from one step to the next, followed by Mr. Popper at the other end of the clothesline. At last, they met the top landing. "Now what?" said Mr. Popper to Captain Cook. Finding there was no more steps to climb, Captain Cook turned around and surveyed the steps that now went down. Then he raised his flippers and leaned forward. Mr. Popper, who was still panting for breath, had not supposed the determined bird would plunge so quickly. He should have remembered that penguins will toboggan whenever they get a chance. Perhaps he would have been unwise in tying one end of the clothesline to his own waist. At any rate, this time Mr. Popper found himself suddenly sliding on his own white-clad stomach down the 3 flights of steps. This delighted penguin, who was enjoying his own slide, was just ahead of Mr. Popper. When they reached the bottom, Captain Cook was so eager to go up again, Mr. Popper had to call a taxi just to distract him. He shouted out, 432 Proudfoot Avenue," said Popper to the driver. The driver, who was kind of a polite man, and was a kind and polite man, did not laugh at the oddly assorted passengers until he had been paid. "Oh dear," Miss Popper said, when she opened the door to look at her husband. "You look so neat and handsome when you started for your walk. Now look at the front of you." "I am sorry, my love," said Mr. Popper in a humble tone, "but you can't always tell what a penguin will do next." So saying, he went and lay down for of course, quite exhausted from the unusual exercise, while Captain Cook took a shower and took a nap in the icebox. Let's remember, kids, when we get knocked down, we stand up, rub some dirt in it, and take a lap.